Well, hello everyone, it's Kari, and today I'm part of a video hop to celebrate the brand new release from Crafty Meraki. Today I have the Artisan Flora dies, and this is the Peony, and it is gorgeous. So I wanted to show you how easy it is to put together. On the inside, they have this layering guide to show you just the order to put them in and how to build the flowers up and the leaves, but it really is very, very easy. So I'm going to go ahead and remove these from the packaging and cut them all out just using some white cardstock. I'm using white cardstock today just to show you how easy it is to color them up with different shades of ink, and they turn out beautiful. So if you don't have a variety of colors of cardstock, this is a very simple way to do this. I'm going to start with the bud that is in the Peony set. And I'm taking some distress ink here. This is the picked raspberry, and I put these in order of layering. So the darkest one will be on the bottom, and then as we go, they'll get lighter and lighter. So you can see I'm just varying the ink color so that that is just how it's going to layer up. I thought this top one was a little too stark of a contrast, so I am going to add a little more pink to that one. So we have a beautiful little bud here. I'll just glue those together using some liquid adhesive, and it's a very simple, easy little flower to put together. Now let's move on to the larger flower. Now what I like to do is I do like to arrange them in the order that they go in. So the first one will be the lowest in the layers, if that makes sense. And I'm going to set them up here on my grip mat. So that's going to be the first one, and I'm just going to dry fit them here. Now these do have a little triangle so that you know just how to line them up. So I'm just removing the centers of those triangles so I can make sure these are all going to fit together in the right order. Now this is my very first time putting this together, but it was pretty simple, and you can see that as I layer, it's just really easy to figure out how they go with that shape. Once you get to the higher layers, they are going to start covering that shape up. So see here, this one's going to cover the shape up, then this one will follow the shape of the bottom of that floral, and then we've got the smaller pieces we just add, and the layering guide makes it so easy to know just where to add them. So now that I've got that figured out, I will arrange this in the order and color them up using the same distress ink with the darkest on the bottom and going lighter towards the top. So let's just put this together. I am using my tweezers to put together the smaller pieces because I found that really did help get my fingers out of the way. There are only 3 little small pieces, so it's pretty simple to piece together. So there's that piece right there. And once you get going, it really is pretty quick. Now I left this in just to show you how simple it is. That one goes right on the top there. And I've just got the layering guide off to the left, so I'm following that as I go. But I have these in order. So I'll just glue them, match up the little triangle there, go to the next layer, add a little bit of glue, match up the triangle there, and that's all there is to it. So I'm going to go ahead and finish putting this together. You can see that it gets lighter as you move to the top. Now this peony is gorgeous with ink, but it's also so pretty colored up with some watercolor. You could use Copic markers. You could use colored cardstock to make it very simple, just using some variegated colored cardstock in different shades. Whatever you want to do, but every time this peony just turns out so beautiful. So we're almost to the end here. I'm going to line that one up just like that. Add the little pieces to the top using my tweezers. And you can see to the left that I've already finished up the leaves. The leaves just have 2 layers. So I did not do that on screen, but it's very simple to figure out. They fit together perfectly. And this is the last of that peony. You can see that I did take a little extra time since this was the first time, but building these up is pretty simple. And I think you could make quite a few in one sitting. So there we go, there's our results. And there's the leaves, and here's our little bud that we put together at first. Now let's go ahead to the background. I'm going to bring in a stencil. This is the Tropical Finesse stencil from Crafty Meraki, and I'm just going to ink on a light layer of mint ink. I'm using the salvaged patina here, and I'm just going to layer that on kind of in a light manner. And then I'm going to shift the stencil and we'll layer on another layer of these leaves. Only this time I want to use a little bit of modeling paste. This is actually some embossing paste and it's just white, so I can color it. I'm going to put out my craft mat here just so I can mix my embossing paste on that. So I'll get a little bit of that out, and then I'm going to add a little of the Distress Ink re-inker and mix that up. And then I'll add that to the top of the stencil. Now I'm just going to mix this up until it is all the way mixed. And I did use the same color. This is also salvaged patina. I used a little extra of the re-inker, so it made it just a touch darker. So this layer is going to be darker than the first, but it will have a beautiful embossed look to it, a little bit of raised texture as well. So I love that. And here's the reveal. I thought it needed another little leaf right down here, so I just added my stencil and a little bit more of that embossing paste. Really, really pretty. And I got a little extra right there, so I tried to clean that with my palette knife as much as I could, and now I'll set that aside to dry. Since I had extra of that embossing paste, I went ahead and did a few more panels. I didn't want that to go to waste, but I could set those aside and use those at a later time. And here's the card. I am going to add a foiled high. Now this is one of the new hot foil products from Crafty Meraki, and how beautiful is that high font? I adore it. So it comes with the hot foil plate and also the die to cut it out. For this one, I hot foiled it in a hot pink to match my peony. And you can see I made a lot more of those up on the upper right there. You can see a little sneak of all the ones that I made. I couldn't stop hot foiling with this beautiful product. I love this high, and it's really fun and easy to use. So I'm adding a few of those opal gems to the background. A lot of them I am covering up a little bit of the excess embossing paste, but that's a beautiful thing about embellishments, right? You can cover up any imperfections on your card. So I'll go ahead and glue down that high, and then I'll glue down my leaves, my peony, or the peony bud. And I will pop up the peony with a little bit of foam tape on the top. So this card is pretty simple to create using some beautiful new products from Crafty Meraki. Now the details of the hop I will list in the description below, and you can follow along. Be sure to like the videos and leave a comment. And as you hop, you'll be getting a lot of inspiration from the brand new release from Crafty Meraki. So I hope you'll join us in this hop. Now I'm just finishing this card. There's the foam tape on that peony, beautiful floral. And then I'll glue this to a hot pink cardstock mat and then glue it all together onto the card base. And take a look at that fun result. I really love the hot foil from this high foil plate and die. Look at that, there's a little close up. And this peony is just gorgeous, beautiful. I can't wait to create a peony in multiple colors. And here's a look at the finished card. Thank you so much for stopping by today. Don't forget to give this video a thumbs up and subscribe to the channel if you like what you see. There's another little close-up of that peony, beautiful. I appreciate you so much, and I will be back with more card making inspiration really soon. I want to thank you for stopping by. Have a really crafty day. Bye-bye.